Please welcome our Mayor, Buddy Dyer.
Good afternoon and welcome to the January 28, 2013 meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation offered by one of our regulars, Pastor Willie Barnes, who has served the congregation of the International Church of Faith for over 12 years. The church is located in the Paramore neighborhood in District 5 and has been there for 7 years. The church is active in community and participates in many outreach projects. Pastor Barnes' invocation today will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance offered by District 6 Commissioner, or led by District 6 Commissioner Samuel B. Ings. Would everybody please join me and stand?
Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for this day. We ask your blessing upon this day. We ask your blessing upon this meeting today. We invoke your presence here today, Lord. God, we thank you for all that has taken place here and throughout this city. We pray for the upcoming events. We pray, Lord, that for our mayor, that you will continue to bless him and all the endeavor that he do here in the city, all the new ideals and the new things that are happening here in this great city. We pray your blessing, Lord, over this city, over our commissioners, and everyone that take part in all that take place here in this beautiful place called Orlando, Florida. And we pray that we continue to upbuild this city and make it great because you are great. And we give you thanks. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend Barnes. I'll call the meeting officially to order, and Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz? Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan?
Here.
Commissioner Lineham? Here. Commissioner Ings?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, minutes. Let's take up for consideration the minutes from the agenda review and City Council meetings of January 14, 2013. Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, so the motion carries. Right into awards, presentations, and recognitions. I'm going to call on Commissioner Lineham, who is going to introduce Black History Month. Commissioner Lineham.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer, Council, and to all of our constituents. I have the great honor today to recognize two or several of the groups that will present today on Black History during the month of February. The committee I'm introducing is Black History Committee of Orange County, Incorporated. That was started in Orange County about 18 years ago with a group of employees at the inspiration of former Commissioner Mabel Butler. In 2002, the BHCOC became an independent organization whose main purpose is to celebrate the contributions of African Americans to society. I am so thrilled to share with you some of the accomplishments. In conjunction with corporate sponsors, governmental partners, and various other entities and companies throughout America, they have been improving the dialogue in our communities. This is some of the vision and goals. And, of course, including improving that dialogue, there is an outreach to be committed to improving the literacy of our communities. And I'm going to recommend they start with Congress. And awarding scholarships to students who wish to continue their education by obtaining an undergraduate and graduate degrees. And each year, the BHCOC recognizes 3 individuals for their service to the community. Over the past 18 years, they have donated over $225,000 in scholarships to African American and other minority students who wish to continue their education by attending 2 or 4-year colleges. They have distributed these funds for the past 10 years to 7 colleges and universities, and one being Bethune-Cookman University, Edward Waters, Florida A&M University, Florida Memorial, Rollins College, University of Central Florida, and Valencia College. Over 54 African American and other minority students have benefited from the donations of this great organization to attend graduate school from the colleges that I've just mentioned. Over $35,000 has been donated to Central Florida community. These funds have benefited Water for Haiti, Katrina Relief Fund in New Orleans and Mississippi, Little League organizations, basketball camps for kids, victims of fires, donation for local churches, back-to-school events, and more. I am honored because the president, Dolores Batson, worked very, very hard when we were building our Amway Center, our event center, and we've had the great pleasure of working with her for many years with her organization. They have brought so many great presenters to Orlando over the years. We've been partners here in the city of Orlando. I would like to now, Mayor, introduce Dolores Batson to introduce her group and tell us a little bit more.
Great. Come on up, Dolores.
Okay. And there's several other organizations, and Madam Clerk, I believe someone else is going to introduce Eatonville.
Good morning. Greetings, Mayor Dyer, Commissioner Daisy Lynham, and all the city commissioners and the guests here today. I am Dolores Batson, President of the Black History Committee of Orange County Incorporated. Some of our Black History Committee members are here, and I would like for them to stand right quick. And just to let you know, they've been planning for a year for events that will culminate today on through the month of February 2013, and possibly working to partner with the Wells with the Juneteenth celebration. Thank you. The Black History Committee, also known as African American History Month, Black History Month, also known as African American History Month, is an annual observance in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and other parts of the world to remember the many people and events in history of African American contributions to the world. The Black History Committee for many years worked to develop programs and activities which support the local goals and achievements of our forefathers. It is so important that we remember these contributions and celebrate these inventions throughout our community and the world. We are honored in our continuing partnership with the City of Orlando that spans over 11 years. With this partnership, the city, along with other governmental entities, corporations, sponsors, helped the community to donate over $225,000 to African American students and minority students who graduated from an Orange County public school. 54 students are recipients of those $225, which helped them continue their education in a college or university. Commissioner Lynham eloquently established who those 7 universities are, and those if a student in our community wish to attend a school outside of the 7 universities, which is Valencia, University of Central Florida, Florida A&M, Bethune, Cookman College, Florida Memorial, Rollins College, and Edward Waters College, we also have the capacity to issue individual scholarships. In helping these students to obtain a 2-year, 4-year, or graduate degree, it also helps to strengthen our community. It helps increase our tax base and to continue the documentation of additional contributions that our African American and minority students have contributed to our community. Also, as you know, individuals throughout the community have been presented with awards for community service, humanitarianism, excellence in education, And your own Commissioner Daisy W. Lynham was presented the Community Service Award this past year for her dedication to the community. You should have a schedule. Carolyn will be giving you a schedule of the events that are scheduled for the month of 2013. In conjunction with the city and Commissioner Daisy Lynham, we will hold our 7th annual networking reception this Friday. Dr. Kevin Washington will be our keynote speaker, and he's a professor of African American Studies. We will have live entertainment, networking, and more. On February 23rd, 2013, our 11th annual gala will be held with Olympic gold medalist Cullen Jones, and the theme of this year's gala is winning against all odds, overcoming any adversity or issues in any aspect of life. I also want to talk about, just briefly, we will be partnering with the Pine Hills Community Performing Arts Center and just working with them to continue some of the things they're doing in the Pine Hills community. We would like to invite you, the city commissioners, city staff, and the community to attend. All of these events are some of them commemorating Black History Month. The Black History Committee would also like to present you with a small token of our appreciation. And we would like for you to wear these scarves each time you meet in the month of February. Again, thank you for your support and dedication in commemorating Black History Month, and we appreciate the partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll call you back up and get a picture in a little bit. Thank you so much, Ms. Batson. Let me get everyone. Now I would like to introduce to you, in just a moment, we'll call everybody up in just a minute. I want to introduce to you guys a lady who needs no introduction. She's president and CEO of the Zora Neale Hurston festivities, held in the oldest African-American incorporated town in America.
Hey, Commissioner, can we were going to do this as two separate items, so
Okay.
let me do
You wanna
the
just
proclamation for Black History Month, and then we'll turn and do
that's
the
good.
Zora Neale. All right? And Black History Month always gives us the opportunity here at the city to reinforce the fact that we value diversity both in our city, but just as importantly on our workforce. And we have many African Americans who contribute to the well-being of our city. And as we proclaim Black History Month, I would like to recognize the African American members of our senior staff who contribute every day to the well-being of our citizens. So those of you that are here with us in chambers, if you would stand and be recognized today. Okay, and I have a proclamation from the City of Orlando, whereas in 1926, historian Carter G. Woodson, the second African-American to receive a doctorate from Harvard University, designated Black History Week to be celebrated during the second week of February, and whereas this particular week was chosen because it marked the birthdays of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, and whereas locally, Black History Month is being celebrated under the theme Winning Against All Odds with a series of important community events hosted by the Black History Committee of Orange County Incorporated in February 2013, and whereas the Black History Committee of Orange County, Inc., under the leadership of President Dolores Batson, is a local not-for-profit organization whose mission is to educate the citizens of Orlando and Orange County, as well as the nation, about Black history, and whereas the story of African Americans in the United States is one of extraordinary courage and inspiration and deserves recognition and celebration, now therefore I, Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando, and District 5 City Commissioner Daisy W. Lynham, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Orlando, hereby do proclaim the month of February 2013 as Black History Month in the City of Orlando. Commissioner, what I'd like to do is go down and do pictures, and Commissioner Ings, if you would join us as well to do pictures, and then we'll come back and do Zora Neale after that.
Right, okay. That was number 2. Dolores. So, Mayor, at what point are we going to do our city staff? I was going to make that.
Okay.
Okay.
Would all city staff just stood up and also come down?
And I'll send it to Melanie. Right, shovel throw.
Here we go.
So, Commissioner, now we'll go to Zora Neale. So, the Town of Eatonville Mayor has honored us by joining us, Mayor Bruce Mount. His town, Eatonville, will host this year's Zora Festival, which will mark the conclusion of a 2-year celebration of historic Eatonville's 125th anniversary as the nation's oldest incorporated African-American municipality. Also here with us today is Dr. N.Y. Nathiri, who serves as the project director of the annual Zora Festival, organized and presented by the Association to Preserve the Eatonville Community, Inc., and also Dr. Irina Morozova, who is a professor of comparative studies at Russian State University for the Humanities in Moscow. She attended the Zora Festival for many years, and this year she returns to Central Florida along with 2 of her students, Anton Pendov and Anna Smirnova, both from the Russian State University for Humanities in Moscow. Thank you all for being with us today. Mayor Mount, NY, I'm not sure which of you is coming up to speak, but come on up. Or all of you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and City Commission. I just want to bring greetings from the historic town of Eatonville. When we talk about the 125th existence of the town of Eatonville and the 24th year that the Zora Neale Hurston Festival, we look at it as a global festival, so we don't look at it as a town of Eatonville festival, a global festival. And I'd just like to thank you all, the City of Orlando, for your support and your continued support of the Zora Neale Hurston Festival. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Ms. N.Y. Nathiri, who has been working tirelessly on this festival. She's up day and night. So without further ado, Ms. Nathiri.
Mayor Dyer, Mayor Pro Tem Lynham, and commissioners and citizens, we say that the Zora Neale Hurston Festival is a cultural tourism and economic engine for cultural tourism. Visit Orlando is what it's all about. And as someone said, did these people come from Russia just to come to Eatonville? Yes. And they pay their own way? Yes. So today we are pleased to be presented here and to really say, as Mayor Mount has said, that Zora brand is international and these visitors represent that. And I'd like to ask Doctor if she would come just to say a few words to you. Good morning, Mr. Mayor, and good morning, the commissioners. We are honored to be here, and actually, I'm here the fourth time because I was among the first Russian professors who introduced Zora Neale Hurston's creations into university curriculum. And I'm here the fourth time, and only the first time I brought my two brilliant students, Anna Smirnova, who is doing her research in Zora's Eatonville as a locus of African-American identity, and Anton Panov, who is a historian, the third-year student, and who is doing his research in African-American communities, the history of African-American communities in the USA. And believe me, that is pretty new in Russia, what we are doing here, and I'm really very grateful to all the organizers of the Eatonville community for this festival, Zora Festival, for inviting us here and for their devotion to this festival, and that is really a great honor being here and to represent this cross-cultural understanding of the culture of the other. Thank you so much.
Anybody would like to be in this picture?
Well done.
Marcia, would you come up and introduce the next presentation?
Yes, I will. Thank you so much, Mayor Dyer and City Commissioners. Good afternoon, and all of our guests today. It is my pleasure to present someone who is going to make a presentation actually to Mayor Dyer. Today we have as one of our special guests who's here because of this presentation, who is the chair of Mayor Dyer's Mayor's Veterans Advisory Committee, and I'd just like to recognize Michael Waldrop, who's in the background. But come on up, Michael. We're going to get you closer. Thanks for being here today. today, the Patriot Award, which was created by the Florida Committee for Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, an organization called the ESGR, is basically put in place, created to publicly recognize individuals who provide outstanding patriotic support and cooperation to their employees, and who, like the citizen warriors before them, have answered their nation's call to serve. Today, I would like to introduce Mr. James Dix, who is the Director of Information Systems for the Florida ESGR, to make a special presentation to our Mayor, Mayor Dyer. Mr. Dix? You're welcome.
Hi, yes, my name's James Dix. That was a great introduction, thank you. I think she just read my speech. I just want to take a brief few minutes and recognize somebody very important to us. I'm here on behalf of the Secretary of Defense and our State Chairman, Judge Holder, and I'm here to present a Patriot Award. And the Patriot Award is specifically to recognize employers that go above and beyond to support their employees and their families that serve in our Guard and Reserve. And with Orlando and their many agencies, they do a great job in supporting our Guard and Reserve and employ many of them. And so it would not be wise if we didn't recognize everyone, and we've recognized a lot of people in Orlando and their agencies, and we want to recognize today with the Patriot Award for somebody that has gone above and beyond and that does care about our Guard and Reserve and their families in our area. And I'd like to present an award to Mayor Dyer.
Okay, let's move into the mayor's update. And I want to congratulate and recognize Commissioner Tony Ortiz, who was inducted as the president of the Tri-County League of Cities at their meeting a few weeks ago at the Amway Center. Commissioner Sheehan, Lynham, and Ings were in attendance at that event, I know, and for those of you who don't know, the Tri-County League of Cities consists of city and county members from Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, and the purpose of the league is for us to coordinate and work together when we can, and congratulations, and I know Commissioner Ortiz will do a great job and make the city of Orlando and all its citizens proud of the work that he's doing.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, I usually don't complain about some of the decisions that we have made, but I will tell you that we have a little bit of room for improvement with our single cart recycling program. I can't figure out the day that I'm supposed to have my cart out there, so I have been discussing that with our solid waste department, and we're always open for constructive criticism and trying to improve things where we can. And we have updated our web page. Our technology staff has done a great job, so you can now go to cityoforlando.net and you can put your address in, and it will tell you when your day and your week is for single cart recycling. And you'll recall that the color of your receptacle indicates whether you're teal or maroon, which week and then you'll need to look and see which day that you will be picked up. For those of you who live in College Park, tomorrow is your day.
Yes, we know.
So it's all part of our Greenworks program, and we're really trying to increase the amount of recycling that goes on as we encourage our city and its citizens to be the most sustainable city in the Southeast. We are currently accepting applications for the 2013 session of the Mayor's City Academy, which is a 10-week program that really is like Leadership Orlando or Leadership Florida, but for City of Orlando opportunities. You get to interact with the police department, the fire department, solid waste department, family and parks, some very interesting opportunities. I don't know if they let you slide down the pole anymore at Fire Station 1, but I do know the firefighters cook you dinner there, and you interact with a K-9, an officer in the K-9 at OPD. I think climb a tree or two with Family Parks and Rec, and usually learning about sludge cake is the most interesting thing. I look at Rick nodding his head back there at Public Works, or going out and seeing the Wetlands Park. So I would encourage people. I have not had anybody that's gone through that academy that has not at the end of it said it's one of the best things I've ever done. So the new session begins on March the 21st, and the application deadline is this coming Friday, February 1st. We noted that February is Black History Month. We'll have our kickoff on Thursday, January 31st at 5 p.m., and the event will be hosted in our rotunda by Onyx Magazine, and we will be honoring a group of what are probably my favorite artists, and out of the Florida Highwaymen, who are a group of African-American artists who were inducted into the Florida Artists Hall of Fame in 2004 and are nationally recognized for their paintings, and we have a number of their pieces that are in the City of Orlando's art collection. State of the City will be on Wednesday, February 27th at 10:30 here in Council Chambers. And then we've had a busy weekend at the Amway Center. It's always nice when you work on something for a long time and tell people that if we build it, they will come. And this last weekend is a great example of what the Orlando venues do for our community, putting hundreds of people to work. Friday evening, the Amway Center played host to pop icon Justin Bieber and a sellout crowd of over 15,000 screaming fans. The next night was more my genre, which was country superstar Luke Bryan, another sellout, 15,000 fans. That was Luke Bryan's first time in the new arena. And also occurring on Saturday night, but at the Florida Citrus Bowl, was another sellout crowd for Monster Jam, more than 56,000 fans, and it broke the all-time monster truck revenue record spanning back for 37 years. So it just shows that our community is putting our community venues to very good use. I want to mention just two things off the agenda. Today we are approving a $500,000 grant to provide meals to children for after-school weekends and school holidays through the City of Orlando. The grant will provide snacks and dinners to more than 1,700 children at 18 pilot locations across the city. And I'm also excited to announce that we will approve free daytime garden admission to veterans and active military personnel on the 2013 Memorial Holiday, Monday, May 27, 2013. With that, we'll turn to the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council, and we give each of our commissioners an opportunity to comment on the consent agenda or update you on items of importance from their individual districts. And I will note, just before we take up the consent agenda, that Commissioner Ings had a question on item D4, which are the meeting minutes of FP&R's advisory board from December 18, 2012, and we're going to pull that for clarification, and we'll bring approval of those minutes back to the next meeting. With that, we rotate who gets to go first. In this week, it is Commissioner Ings.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'd just like to say on item E1, adopting the Orlando Fire Department's 2013 through 2017 strategic plan, Obviously, a lot of work went into that, and you guys are doing a great job anyway, so my hat's off to you for looking into the future as it relates to protecting the citizens of Orlando. And I'd like to say this past weekend also was the inauguration weekend in Washington, D.C., with the swearing in of our President Barack Obama and our Vice President Joe Biden. A great event, very well attended. It was cold, but not as cold as it was the first time. Really enjoyed it, and myself and my wife June, we had an opportunity to travel with Congresswoman Corrine Brown's group by way of train to the Washington, D.C. area, and it was a great experience on that train. But the one thing I'd like to say, both going and coming on the train, Mayor, in the back houses of some of our businesses, graffiti is all over the walls, so we really need to look at that, because when we talk about Sunrail and the rail coming in, we need to make sure that our back end of houses are in place, because that's one thing that people see when they ride in or ride out of Orlando. They will see that this is what Orlando is about.
Well, Commissioner, you've already preempted me, but one of the ideas that we have for Sunrail is to commission artwork murals all along
That would be
the line
great.
in the city of Orlando. So we're inventorying what buildings would be appropriate for that. And of course, the ones just south of Colonial already have some murals right there, but replicating something like they have for the Love Train in Philadelphia,
Yes.
and making it kind of an art experience
Yes.
as you go through the city. And then hopefully the other cities will follow suit.
Absolutely, and thank you, because, just along that line, I mean, it was a great train ride.
Yeah, we
But
wrote
that's
that on
what
the
we
community
see.
the other day. I think
Yeah.
Christine brought the mayor up, so we already said.
And then also, on tomorrow night, right here in City Council chambers, everyone is invited, commissioners, mayor, you're invited. This is an annual event that I'm hosting, and that's Remembering Haiti, the earthquake. And this is the third year, and we're going to have some speakers that will talk about being involved in the earthquake. And there's one young lady that was under rubble for hours and didn't think that she would live, but she was able to get out alive. She's attending Valencia College here in Orlando, speaks very well, great English, and just a super story to tell. So please be on hand. It's going to be right here at the Orlando City Hall Council Chambers. The event starts at 6 p.m., 5:30. We'll have a reception right out in front of the chambers. And the Honorable Laurent Prosper, Consul General of the Mission of Haiti, we're expecting him to be here, either he or the Vice Consul. Their office is located right on East Colonial Drive here in the city of Orlando, and he wants to get more involved with the city. They would love, Mayor, to have a sister city in Haiti that we can identify with. And then, obviously, on Wednesday, January 30th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., Mayor Dyer and Commissioner Lynham and myself and Chief Paul Rooney, the Orlando Police Department, we're going to be opening up the new Southwest Police Substation. And thanks to Byron Brooks, too, and Lori Botts for their help and assistance in this. And the open house will take place at 6440 Raleigh Street in Orlando, Florida. So please come out, because we, too, within the police department, are doing all that we can to keep Orlando a safe city by reducing crime and maintaining livable neighborhoods. And then, in celebration of Black History Month for the month of February, we're going to have our Walk for Peace and Job Fair. We need some employers, John Airy with the Fun Spot. We need some employers to be represented out there so we can hire some people. We're actually going to start from the frontline outreach on C.R. Smith Street, 3000 C.R. Smith Street, and we're going to walk along Goldwyn to Hankins Park. And inside the park is where we're going to have the job fair once the walkers get there. So this Walk for Peace will consist of 1 mile, and it's going to go through the neighborhoods of District 6, and we're going to end at Dr. I. Sylvester Hankins Park, Recreational Community Center. Mike Pavelko is our center manager over there, and we will have some speakers, we will have some pastors praying for us, praying for peace for our communities and our neighborhoods and our government. And then our goal really is to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Black History Month and those walks that he did when he was on strikes with the garbage men in Memphis. So we want to celebrate the achievements of Black Americans and recognize the central role of the African Americans in U.S. history. So please come and join us, and let us pray for peace in our neighborhoods and our communities and peace around the world. Those that were visiting from Russia today at the press conference in Eatonville, someone said that the Russians are coming. And so when they spoke that the Russians are coming and we're bringing peace. And so that's what we want to provide during our walk, is our Walk for Peace. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 1, Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. All past and future events in District 1 I try to put on the website, so I'd refer you to the website for those announcements. Only comment I have on the agenda is item A2, which is a report of our citizen boards, and by itself it's probably not the most interesting reading, but I do want to acknowledge everybody that gets involved in our process, whatever level that is, and there's plenty of opportunities. So I just wanted to take a minute, Mayor, to congratulate and thank all these different citizen boards for people that get involved and get engaged, and things don't change if we don't get involved. So thank you.
Exactly right, Commissioner. Thank you. Commissioner, District 2, Commissioner Tony Ortiz.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's see. On January 17th, as you said before, I was sworn to the Tri-County League of Cities, but more than anything else, I would like to sincerely thank our city employees involved in the planning and execution of this event. We had Kathy Russell, Michelle Brennan, Ed Richard, Susan Harris, Reggie Coleman, and Jennifer Chapin. Also want a special thanks to Mrs. Pauline Eaton for her presentation about Main Street. Also want to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, Mr. Gary Chrysler from Siemens, Mr. David Garage from CPH, and Mr. Craig Hall from Alicia Lighting. Thank you so much for making this event a reality, a special event. On 17th, we also had a District 2 Neighborhood Leaders Council. It was a great meeting. We basically set up the plan for the rest of the year. Everybody was involved, and as always, the community responding to our calling to serve. So I want to congratulate them for continuing being part of our great community and District 2 as we revitalize and as we move forward in 2013. Congratulations to the JCs for another great parade. I enjoyed this year's Martin Luther King's parade. Great event. I also want to thank Mrs. Myra Uribe, who brought the St. John Vianney Girl Scouts, the Brownies, Troop 219. We had a lot of fun. Those girls were singing all the way through the parade. So thank you, Ms. Myra. Last week, I visited the El Dorado apartment, senior community, and we had a great event, great camaraderie. Information was shared with them about the changes and construction going on Summerlin Boulevard. And so it just happened that one of the ladies over there wanted to introduce me to her son. And this guy I knew since I was 8 years of age. And I had never, last time I saw him, I was 8 years of age. And all of a sudden we come to talk about where we were from and whatnot. And we used to hang out together when we were kids and do kid stuff, But it was amazing. All these years, he moved up to Chicago. I thought that was great, such a small world. Anyhow, I thought I'd share that with you guys, This past Saturday, I joined Thomas Lowers during his 5th annual Human Trafficking Awareness event at Lake Eola, another great event. Law enforcement, Metropolitan Bureau of Investigation, everybody was involved. It was a great event. We had double the amount of sponsors we had last year, so it's really really creating an awareness out there. And I think, in the city of Orlando, more than anything else, we are the epicenter of the world. We also have to show everybody that we can also handle things like this and put a stop to this horrible crime of human trafficking. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 3, Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'd like to have Commissioner Ortiz say Chicago again.
Not a dull moment around here.
It sounded great. It sounded like a native. Congratulations, Tony, for your leadership. Thank you for what you're doing on behalf of the city throughout the entire community. Let me just share a couple of things. Ed, if you'll go follow along with me if we can. It was an honor to host the city's annual planting seedlings for civil rights on January 21st in District 3 for the Rosemont neighborhood. Thank you so much to the city staff, especially Jan Rayhill and Jody Bias, as well as the mayor's Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Commission. It was wonderful to have all those people out there and the leadership they provided. Thanks also to the Lake Orlando Homeowners Association for their guidance for this area and to provide leadership as team leaders in the area. Ed, give me just a couple of pictures here. This is a group from, I think this is Edgewater High School. This is the something that's here. Wait a second, let me share these sponsors because it's important. Special thanks to the owners of the Rosemont building and the Church in the Sun for allowing us to use their facilities out there during the day. Special thanks to volunteers from Edgewater and Olympia and Dr. Phillips High Schools, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Junior League, Timberland, Harlan Financial, North Face, Home Builder Association, Home Builder Institute, Travelers Insurance, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, and they covered 10 areas and 10 zones throughout the entire community. So go to the next one, Ed. It was just really great. There's about 200 pictures on all the websites of people who, if you're listening here, you can get a chance to look at all the work that we did. And there's actually some pictures of me working, I didn't get a chance to show those here. So let's go to the next one. Stop it. Stop it. Next one. All right, let me share this one. As we remember Martin Luther King, we're excited to move into February and to celebrate Black History Month. I'm proud to announce a wonderful exhibit at the Manila Museum of American Art located in Lock Haven Park. The museum is proud to be one of the only 7 venues chosen to host the African American art, Harlem Renaissance, Civil Rights era, and beyond. This exhibit from the Smithsonian American Art Museum. The collection is a unique and storied group of 100 paintings, sculptures, prints, and photographs of 43 black artists who explored the African American experience during the challenging times in our country's history. This exhibition opens up this Friday, February 1st, and continues through April 28th. The museum will host an open house for this exhibit on Sunday, February 3rd. Admissions to the galleries will be free and open to the public from noon to 4:30. Additionally, during the month of February, visitors can go to the website, manelomuseum.com, and print a coupon to see the exhibition through the month of February for free. This coupon can be redeemed for 2 admissions to the exhibits. Commissioner and Mayor, thank you for your leadership in this. I appreciate the opportunity to share. This is a wonderful exhibit coming to our community. And commissioners, as we speak, copies of this and the coupons are on their way to you electronically. We ask that you will share those with your leadership in your district to invite them to come and be part of that. Like I mentioned, on February 3rd, from 2 to 3 o'clock, I'll be personally hosting the Council of Clergy, Mayor's Council and Clergy, and the AACC, African American Council of Christian Clergy, to be there to get a chance to look at it firsthand. It will be open. The coupons are good for the entire month, with the exception of 2 days, and that is the 2 days on February 9th and 10th, in which we'll be hosting about 10,000 people over there for the Orlando Folk Festival. And because of the nature of this special exhibit, the museum will not be open those days except to membership. So, but we want to give the rest of the month a chance for everybody to get a chance to go there and see that. So, another great exhibit, Ed, if you go on. Let me show one. This is one of the portraits that are there. And the next one. Another great exhibit at the museum through May 3rd is a Big Dog Show. located at the Outdoor Sculpture Garden, and we'll be highlighting that in the Orlando Folk Festival. Those are artist Dale Roberts has got sculpted 20 feet, 8 feet long, 10 feet tall, 20, 8 feet long, 10 feet tall metal dogs that are there, and they have been adopted locally by local charities to raise money for animal charities here in town. If you hadn't had a chance to get over to the Manello, this is our chance to really highlight it, not only because of a very special exhibit that we've seen only 7 places throughout the entire country, but also a chance to be part of this during the month of February. So, and on the agenda, the only real item that I'm proud of is I'm proud of the work that we're doing with the Orlando Fire Department. I appreciate the work and the strategic plan. Thank you very much. It's good to see that as a capture. Had a great report from Chief Rooney about what we're doing last year, and I'd love to get a chance to share that same report with the rest of the community, because I think we just have one of the top fire departments in the country, and we've proven that over and over again, and I want to make sure we get a chance to kind of go and brag on them just a little bit. And that's all that I have, Mayor. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 4. Commissioner Sheehan.
Well, thanks, Mayor. I'm glad you mentioned that single cart recycling, because a lot of people are confused about their days. And the community, I'm actually feedback. People are very interested in the process. And I kind of talked to Michelle and see if we could do a video, because I actually went to a single stream recycling facility when I was in Denver at the National League of Cities, and I thought it was really interesting. So even though I got really dirty, because there's stuff flying everywhere, I mean, it's kind of neat how they separate everything out, and how much easier that is than trying to do that by hand in the street. So a lot of interest in that out there. Although they were a little bitter that my neighborhood's got teal and your neighborhood's got burgundy. College Park, you guys always get the cool colors, but anyway, they had cart envy, but I told them it's all good. We'll still pick it up. So just think of it as Miami colors, Miami Vice. So it's all good. On the agenda today, all I've got is item D1, Family Parks Recreation funding for the Asian Lunar New Year Parade. It's a really big event in the lunar community, the Asian community, with Mills 50, and that's going to be on February 10th, 2013. That's Sunday from 10:45 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it's going to start at Hillcrest in Hampton and go to Colonial Photo and Hobby. Again, that's been kind of the signature event for Mills 50 Main Street, and I will be riding in the Dragon Boat. So we're looking forward to that. And the only other thing on the agenda today, Mayor, ordinance first reading number 3, Trinity Lutheran Church. I'd just like to point out that the Lake Eola Heights Historic Neighborhood and the church worked for many, many months to come to a solution for concerns that they had about redeveloping this property, and this has great community support. And again, just because you want to redo something doesn't mean you can't work with the neighborhood and do it right. And I'd like to celebrate and thank Trinity Lutheran Church for doing this properly and working with the neighbors and doing the right thing and saving the old houses and restoring a residential edge along Amelia Street. So again, if you work with folks, they'll usually be reasonable and rational, and we got a really good redevelopment coming, and the church was able to meet all their needs for their new center too. So and I'd also like to recognize Randy Tootin, Wadeview President. He's in attendance today. Good to see you, Randy, and that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and we'll move to District 5. Commissioner Lineham.
Oh, was that the fire chief?
Yeah, he's the fire
All
chief.
right,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Mhm.
Hi, Chief.
Still busy.
Yeah. Just a few announcements. Mayor, I want to congratulate you on becoming chair of Links. I think that's a great move for you in the city. We look forward to all the things we've been doing. We talked about this morning this great presentation by John Lewis and the BRTs in 2 different areas, so we're really, really happy about that. I also want to congratulate our MLK Commission that did a great job this year with the African American Original Gospels over at Mount Zion. Mount Zion is only 5 years younger than the city, and I'm just always happy to go there. And congratulate all of our staff and the council and the mayor on the blueprint. We received the African American Award, or I can't remember the name of the award, but it was from the African American Chamber at the gala this past weekend. It was a phenomenal event at Disney. Bernice Atkins-Brown is the president, and Reverend Spooney is the CEO or executive director. So I want to congratulate Janera and all of the work that we're doing there with that great event. and the many public meetings we've had, and it's just so sad. Sometimes we have so many public meetings and people miss them, and then they try to recreate the issue. Congratulations, Commissioner Ortiz, for Tri-County. I think that's a great introduction when you start at the local level and work on the state level and then on to national. That's how we normally do it. So I look forward to continuing to work with you. And of course, Pastor Larry Mills, Pastor of Mount Sinai, is the new president for AACCC. So we will see, we see a lot of him anyway, but I just want to make that announcement. And of course, the one agenda item is D5. We're always happy when we have after-school nutritional programs that provide food and nutrients for our kids. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioners. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ings. Who was
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ortiz. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so the motion carries. Let's see. We have no CRA, we have no NID, we have no OPEB, so we are on to hearings. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the resolution, please?
A resolution of the City of Orlando, Florida pursuant to provisions of Section 55.16, subsection 4, Chapter 55 of the Code of the City of Orlando, establishing a minimum per hour rate for luxury passenger vehicles and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Do we have any cards?
No, sir.
We'll close the public hearing. Is there discussion among commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Chief, were you supposed to give a presentation on that?
Yes, sir.
Well, does he really need to? I mean, if you feel a burning desire to, Chief, I mean.
It's up to you. No.
It's always just public
Everybody
information.
was pretty up to speed with what we were doing there, so sorry about that. I know it was really good, too.
It was.
Riveting.
Thank you.
Okay. So hearings, ordinances, second reading. Madam Clerk, number 1.
Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, annexing to the corporate limits of the City of Orlando, Florida, certain real property generally located north of State Road 528, south of Lee Vista Boulevard and west of Narcoossee Road, and addressed as 7252 Narcoossee Road, comprised of 1.08 acres more or less, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to designate the property as industrial in the city's official future land use map, and designating the property as industrial commercial district with the aircraft noise overlay district on the city's official zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Stewart. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 2, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, relating to a street name change, renaming McFadden Court, generally located west of Lessing Avenue, north of Tavistock Lakes Boulevard, and west of Narcoossee Road to Dugard Court, directing amendments to the official maps of the City of Orlando, Florida, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Ortiz. Is there anyone from the public like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 3, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, rezoning certain land generally located north of Mid-Florida Drive, south of Tradeport Drive, east of South Orange Avenue, and west of Central Port Drive, and comprised of 2.62 acres, more or less, from Conservation District to Planned Development District, and including the property within the existing Airport Industrial Park of Orlando Planned Development, directing amendment of the official zoning map series, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Stewart. Is there anyone from the public like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Ordinances, first read, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, relating to a street name change, renaming Touchstone Drive, generally located between Grand National Drive and International Drive, to Fun Spot Way, directing amendments to the official maps of the City of Orlando, Florida, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone from the public who would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 2, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance amending Chapter 55 of the Code of the City of Orlando, Florida, entitled Regulation of Taxicabs, Limousines, Luxury Passenger Vehicles, Shuttles, and Other Vehicles for Hire by renumbering and amending definitions in Section 55.02, amending reference to vehicle for hire inspectors to vehicle for hire officers, providing an exemption for certain vehicles for hire, and deleting seller of travel exemption in Section 55.06 by amending required minimum liability insurance amounts in Section 55.12, providing a definition and permit fee and including a fleet increase for green taxi cabs in Sections 55.02, 55.21, and 55.25, amending necessary requirements in Sections 55.20, 55.29, and 55.30, including grounds for revocation of a driver's permit in Section 55.34 and suspension of a vehicle permit in Section 55.35, rewording, clarifying, and amending language throughout the chapter, and providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, codification, and an effective date.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Ings. This is major cleanup to Chapter 55. We have one person to like testify, Roger Chapin. Mr. Chapin, you know the rules.
Thank you very much. Roger Chapin with Mears Transportation Group. I would have waived my time like Deputy Chief Pigman, but as you stated, Mayor, most of this is technical language cleanup, and I did want to applaud the Chief of Police and Deputy Chief Pigman and the attorneys over at the Vehicle for Hire Department. The one exciting piece is really an encouragement for utilization of hybrid taxis, and it's a incentive-based model, and I think Mayor, with your Greenworks Orlando, really kind of made that concept kind of sail through the process. So I just wanted to say thank you and appreciate the hard work of the Vehicle for Hire Department and start looking for some more hybrid taxis on the road soon.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Anyone else who'd like to testify? Hearing none. Discussion among commissioners? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 3, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, rezoning certain land generally located north of East Livingston Street, east of North Magnolia Avenue, south of East Amelia Street, and west of Ruth Lane, and comprised of approximately 5.2 acres from O1 THP in part, R2B THP in part, MXD1 THP in part, and O3T in part to Planned Development District within the city, with the traditional city overlay district in part, and Planned Development District with the traditional city and historic preservation overlay districts in part, providing conditions of the PD zoning district, directing amendment of the official zoning map, providing for severability, correction, scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Lineham. Is there anyone for the public who'd like to testify? Discussion on commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 4, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance amending Chapter 12, Article 3, Firefighter Pension Fund of the Charter of the City of Orlando, Florida, pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 2000-448 and Chapter 2009-268 Laws of Florida, by amending Section 8, Pension for Death in Line of Duty, by amending Section 10, Pension for Death Not in Line of Duty, by amending Section 12, Service Retirement for Voluntary Retirement, by amending Section 14, Benefits Payable Upon Death of Member, by amending Section 26, Orlando Firefighters Share Program, providing for severability and providing retroactive effective dates.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Lineham. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? So the motion carries. That is the conclusion of the formal agenda. Thank you for joining us in chambers or at home.